Thank you so much for allowing us to be here today, and to the rest of the folks here from Living Alternatives. I want you to know how much this means to me personally, that you allowed us to not only come in here, but we're willing to show the courage to stand with us on an issue like this. You know, as a judge, I like to think that every day I get to do a little justice, and there's no doubt, looking at what you do here, that every day you get to love a little mercy, and I think it's very exciting that today we get to come together and walk humbly with our God, and so thank you so much for that opportunity. For those of you who don't know, my name is Austin Reeve Jackson, and I'm the judge of the 114th District Court here in Smith County. And we're here today because I have been recently named as the #1 target in Texas of Planned Parenthood and other pro-abortion activists. On the most basic level, we're here because these groups have filed a frivolous lawsuit against me down in Travis County in front of a liberal, Obama-appointed federal judge for no reason other than that I am someone committed to the rule of law and biblical values. We are here because out-of-county, out-of-state, out-of-touch groups like Planned Parenthood and the ACLU have decided that if they can't silence the legislators down in Austin, maybe they can silence the judges who enforce the law in East Texas. You see, the left is so used to the idea of having an activist judge that they believe any judge can be bought, bullied, or beaten into submission or resignation. Make no mistake, this lawsuit is a direct attack by far-left groups on the rule of law and the right of pro-life communities to elect people who share their values. This is cancel culture at its finest. But man, am I lucky to be from Smith County. The outpouring of support over this attack on me, on my job, on all of us who share these values has been met by an overwhelming show of support from people like Senator Hughes and the folks here at Living Alternatives. But more than that, I am incredibly thankful for the wonderful, wonderful support from average East Texans who are not only proud to have a conservative judge who is willing to answer the fight that these groups started, but who are thrilled to be standing by me as we take on this challenge. With their support, I am 100% committed to seeing this frivolous lawsuit dismissed, the attempts to run Christians out of elected office defeated, and the voice and the vote of pro-life Texans defended. You see, when Planned Parenthood came for me, they didn't realize they were coming for a whole community of Texans who are unshakable in our belief that there are certain immutable rights with which we are all endowed, not by our government, but by our God. Not by virtue of being out of the womb, but by virtue of having His Spirit within us from the moment of conception. And chief among these rights is the inalienable right to life. And with the support of my community, I am here today that I will not be scared by the vicious attacks and implicit threats of radical organizations. I will not allow the voice and the vote of any Texan to be silenced by the left, but I will stand for what is right. On this front of the culture war, I will yield no further. And regardless of what some organization like Planned Parenthood threatens me with, no matter what some leftist judge down in Austin may do to me, as for me and my house, we will continue to serve the Lord. And I am thrilled to have by my side in this fight my friend and my lawyer, Shane McGuire, who has taken up this cause and is representing me at no cost to the Smith County taxpayer, because he believes in me, but more importantly, because he believes this fight is a fight worth having. Shane?
Thanks, Reed. Good morning. My name is Shane McGuire. I just wanted to say a couple of words about the lawsuit itself, the merit or lack thereof of the lawsuit, and why it is I think that Reeve has been sued in this case. First, I've read this complaint in full. I've read all the motions filed by these special interest groups, and I have to say this lawsuit is frivolous on its face. It is black letter law that you cannot sue a sitting judge and just demand some advisory opinion asking a court to ban people from filing lawsuits in his court. It is open season on judges in Texas if this lawsuit is allowed to go forward. Now, I wanted to say a word about why it is I think Judge Jackson has been sued in this case. You know, there's 1,000 judges in Texas. They could have sued anybody. And when Reeve came into my office last week and said, Shane, why do you think it is they picked me? I said, Reeve, I've known you a long time. I know exactly why they picked you. They picked you because they know that you're a man who would rather read his Bible than read Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky. They picked you because they know you're a man of character and integrity and a man of God. And they picked you because they knew you would engage in the fight. So listen, we're going to file a motion to dismiss this lawsuit today or tomorrow. It's already been drafted. I was editing it as late as 11 o'clock last night. That's going to get on file. I'm sure ultimately the case against Judge Jackson is going to be dismissed if the rules of law are followed. But I would ask y'all to pray for him and to pray for his, we've got a great legal team. Pray for all of us as we go forward in this case. And Senator Hughes, thank you for your leadership on the life issue. We appreciate everything that you've done. Thank y'all.
Bev, it's so good to be here with you. The work you've done for all these years, quietly serving, helping those little babies, coming alongside those moms, helping those moms in difficult times. Thank you. Our crisis pregnancy centers, the best kept secret of the pro-life movement in all the debate about the right to life. The work done by this place and places like it around Texas and around the country, this is where the real work is being done, where moms are being helped, they're being encouraged, where hearts are being changed, and little lives are being saved. So what a blessing to be here. Not my first time here, and it's great to be back here today. I'm Brian Hughes, and I'm blessed to represent Northeast Texas in the Texas Senate. And yes, so honored to be the author of Senate Bill 8. We called it the Heartbeat Bill. It's now the Heartbeat Law, signed by Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott signed that bill and gave me the pen he used to sign it, and I will cherish that forever. That bill says, that law says, that little baby growing inside her mother's womb, when there's a heartbeat detected, every one of us here has a heartbeat. I can tell from looking at you. That heartbeat, that universal sign of life. They tell us to follow the science. We're following the science. When there's a heartbeat, there's a human life worthy of protection. And that's what the Heartbeat Law does in Texas. Now, it takes a different approach. You may have seen this. Many places in Texas, they are not blessed with wonderful district attorneys like we have in Jacob Putman. We have a strong constitutional conservative district attorney. Many DAs around the state and around the country publicly told us last year, if you pass a heartbeat bill, we will not enforce it. These are district attorneys sworn to enforce the law who said we will not enforce a heartbeat bill. And so that's why Senate Bill 8 doesn't need their help. Senate Bill 8 does not require any action by the district attorney, by the state, or any government actor. It's driven by private individuals who want to stand up for the right to life. And so any Texan who's aware of an illegal abortion can bring an action against the doctor committing the illegal abortion. Let me be clear. The mother is not affected by the Heartbeat Law. This is about doctors performing illegal abortions. And any Texan has the right to bring that suit, to right that wrong, to protect that innocent human life. The radical abortion industry is upset about this law. And that's why they've taken the extreme step of suing Judge Jackson and every judge in the state of Texas. I can't underscore enough what you've heard. This lawsuit is radical. It clearly violates the law, and we're confident the judge will do the right thing. The court system will work as it should. And at the end of the day, we look forward to this lawsuit being successful on the right side, this law moving forward, and little babies, that little baby growing inside her mother's womb, ought to be the safest place on earth. That little unborn baby, the most innocent, the most helpless, and the most deserving of protection a human will ever be. We're so thankful the Heartbeat Law has been signed by Governor Abbott, and we look forward to its taking effect and being upheld by the courts. Thank you for being here today. God bless you.
Thank you all so much for being here. This concludes the press release. If anyone wants to stay and offer any interviews for Reeve, then you're welcome to. He'll be available. Thank you so much.